Good evening, basketball fans. This is Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, live on the WHS Network on YouTube.com here this evening with Raider basketball coming your way here from Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. We have the 2-11 and 1-4 Cowan Blackhawks taking on your 9-5 and 3-1 in conference play Wapahani Raiders. Looking to get back on our winning ways here this evening. Wapahani's dropped the last 3 games, so a very big game tonight here for Wapahani. As we'll get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame presented by the Barn Lot. Like I said, Wapahani, you come off of 2 losses to Delta, a loss also to Randolph Southern within the past week and a half, nearly 2 weeks. It's been a tough stretch for us, no question about that. We really haven't been our normal selves, going out here and just playing our game. For whatever reason, we've kind of just steered away from that at times. It's not necessarily that we've played all that bad per se, but we've just had a couple instances throughout some games in which just kind of blew up right back in our face, and you take away a few little possessions here and there, and it could change the whole entire complexion of the ball game. But really the main thing is, and I've already said this a few times throughout our recent broadcast, the importance of coming out here and playing a full 32 minutes of basketball. We haven't really been able to put it all together for a full amount of the game in quite a while. I mean, it's just, and it's not necessarily from the lack of effort. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just, properly playing the game the right way and not having breakdowns defensively. And not only that, but offensively, we really haven't shot the ball that well either. But it's just finishing ball games. That's really been one of the biggest keys. We have had a little bit of trouble getting off to a good start, but that's not really been the biggest issue for us. It's just been just a lack of consistency on both ends of the floor throughout the entirety of a ball game. So I'm really hoping we can get back to playing the game the right way, because these guys are more than capable of going out here, obviously putting a ton of points up on the board and holding the opposition to a very little amount of points. But you just got to make it happen at the end of the day. I would really like to see us get back to kind of the style of play that we were adapted to in the first part of the season, which is, the grinding aggressiveness, going towards the basket, not caring about what kind of defense the opponent is playing. I think we've kind of shied away from that a little bit. I think we've still moved the ball around the perimeter too much at times. I mean, I don't know if that's the design play or whatever the case might be. If that is the case, then I guess you just got to do what you got to do. But really, I don't think it's been working for us as much. I think we need to aggressively attack the basket, utilize our big men. You got Braxton Davis and Easton Heffernan that was averaging. I know Braxton was averaging over, I think right around 12 to 13 points a game throughout the first part of this season, and really since then he's been held silent and nearly averaging a double-double every single game. And again, he's not necessarily putting up quite the numbers, and it's not necessarily, from an individual stat standpoint that you're looking at. It's just utilizing what the defense gives you. And I think the defense really opens up a lot of things that we can do offensively. We're just not executing on it necessarily all the time. And so, like I said, just utilizing our big men a little bit more, getting the ball inside. If we can establish an inside game, that's only going to complement our outside game even more, because we have the shooters to get it done. We've just got to build some confidence, for heaven's sakes. We haven't been able to see the ball go in the basket, and, once that doesn't happen, the confidence slacks, then that brings in negativity, and not just one, but for everybody. And it's tough to pick each other up when everybody's, kind of in a negative mindset and trying to feel bad for each other. And then the pressure builds. If you're down in a ball game, you're trying to catch back up, and that's not the way to play. That's not the way to play. We're a good enough team to be able to go out here, play things the right way, have the right mindset, and execute on every offensive possession and defensive possession as well. But, again, you're going to make mistakes. hopefully Wapahani's up for a challenge here this evening. Cowan, like I said, they're 2-11 on the season, 1-4 in conference play. Don't let that kind of I guess mess with your head, so to speak. Don't let that take away from the fact that Cowan's out here to win a ball game here tonight. This is a road game for them that they're wanting to come in here and steal one here from your Raiders. We can't allow that to happen. We've got to play shut-down defense, take care of the basketball. Again, finding that offensive consistency again and just playing the game the right way. Playing the way that we're capable of and the way that we have in this season. So we'll see what happens here, folks. We'll step aside here for a break. Again, this has been our Raiders Live pregame presented by the Barn Lot. We'll be back here with tonight's starting lineups, the national anthem, and then tonight's tip-off right here live on the WHS Network. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Live here this evening on the WHS Network. We'll take a look here at the non-starters. First here for the Cowan Blackhawks. Number 1, Max Netrauer. Number 2, Marshall Hargrave. Number 4, Noah Collins. Number 20, Bo Brown. Number 21, Simon Underwood. Number 22, Duke Williams. And number 33, Carson Miller. Now for the starters, at 1 forward, number 5, Noah Harrington. Starting at guard, at number 10, Tyler Miller. Starting at another guard, number 12, Declan Hill. At guard, number 24, Jacob Thomas. And at center, number 40, Riley Duncan. Again, the Blackhawks are coached by Mr. Lee Ingles. So again, that's tonight's starting lineups here for the Cowan Blackhawks. Now we'll go ahead and get right on to things here with our Wapahani Raiders. So the non-starters, number 2, Safani Buck. Number 4, Justin Ray. So number 20, Caleb Smith. Number 24, Blake Castor. Number 32, Easton Heffernan. Number 34, Caleb Henderson. And number 42, Nolan Dudley. Now the starters. Starting at 1 guard, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Trey Spence. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 10, Evan Roush. At another guard, a 6' junior, number 12, Drew Luce. Starting at another guard, 5'10" senior, number 15, Garrett Stanley. And at forward, the big man, a 6'4" junior, number 22, Braxton Davis. Again, the Raiders are coached by Matt Luce, assisted by Chris Willis, Bennett Somerset, Jeff Andrews, as well as Andy Zigrat. So, folks, there you have it. Tonight's starting lineups here on the WHS Network. We got the tip-off coming up here momentarily. Again, I did want to say that we will be back on the air tomorrow night from Sheridan High School. We are going to be traveling down there with the girls basketball team for the semifinal round of the Sectional 40 girls basketball tournament. Again, it's about an hour-and-a-half drive. We do apologize again for not getting down there the other night. Just a lot of things happening and fees and everything else, and then being able to actually do it, having the permission to do it. It was just not a very good situation, but we got things cleared up, and we will be down there from Sheridan High School again coming up tomorrow night. So just a little information for all you fine folks, but until then, let's get this thing going as your Raiders will start off with the first possession of the night, led there by Garrett Stanley. Luce finds, spins, takes it inside there from the elbow. Now outside Roush, three-pointer up. No good. Tipped back outside there by Drew Luce. And the Raiders reset their offense. There's Davis looking to go to work. Back outside to Stanley. Trey finding Davis once again. Now back outside. Now to Drew Luce. Luce pulls up for three, off the mark. Rebounded that time by Jacob Thomas of the Blackhawks. So a couple of looks there. Unfortunately, neither of them could fall. And that's going to be a traveling violation called on Cowan. First turnover of the evening. Stanley swings it up top now to Luce on the right wing. Finding Roush underneath. Will get the shot blocked there by the big man, Riley Duncan. You find the shortest guy on the court against the tallest guy on the court. Unfortunately, didn't end too well there for the shortest man. But we'll see about next time. Shots up and rims out, no good. Rebounded there by Davis. First rebound of the night here for the young man. And the Raiders are off and running. Spence in a corner. Now swung back up top. Stanley now for three. Knocks it down. As the Raiders on the board there off the Garrett Stanley three-point basket. With 6:11 to play here in the opening quarter. Again, we appreciate all for joining us here this evening. It's been a very cold week outside. I tell you what, it's not been the funnest thing to experience, that's for sure, but hopefully the Raiders are going to heat things up here tonight. Put on a great performance here for themselves. Pretty decent start here so far. Stanley looking to take it back inside, dumps it down low, spins for two, no good, shooting it over the big man down there. So definitely altering the shot just a hair. Down low, Stanley gets a hand in there on it as that will be tipped out of bounds. Put a few more seconds back up on the clock. Back here into the corner. Collins now on the right side. Back into the corner once again here to Gill. Up top, three-pointer will be up, no good. Luce corrals the rebound, his second one of the night. Roush off running and gunning, pulls out for the three and off the back iron. So some great looks here so far. Unfortunately, not getting it to go. So the basket will be good. And the foul will be called on number 10, Evan Roush, his first, team's first. And a free throw will be up and good. So a three-point play there for Gill. Spence again from the elbow, no good. And again, you know, that right there, pretty good shot. You know, you're still working the ball, you're taking it inside, not rushing anything, got his feet planted, set up for a good shot, just didn't go in. So that kind of shot right there you can live with. Back over here to Gill. Swung back up top. Here Thomas. Now into the corner. Post feed down low. And Duncan with the 2-point bucket. So 8-3 Blackhawks lead, and we're going to have a timeout called by Wapahani. So we'll go ahead and stay right here during the timeout. I'd like to thank our sponsors here this evening. Jones Auto Body game break here. Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin, located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been serving the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So following the timeout here, as Wapahani comes back out onto the floor, they'll have the basketball here and look to get something going. You know, you're already down 8-3 early here in this one. Offense still isn't quite clicking here. We have set up for some very good shots. We've taken good care of the basketball. Just not finding the bottom of the net right now. Smith for two, bounced around a couple times, no good. It's another high percentage shot there, great shot selection. Just for whatever reason, I guess they didn't take the lid off the goal before the game tonight. Swung back up top, Gill looks to take it in, dishes it back over here. Now into the corner to Collins, and that's going to be a takeaway there by Caleb Smith. Second turnover now for Cowan. Loose now from beyond the arc. Nails that one from downtown. So Drew will pick up his first points of the night and narrows the gap to 2. Thomas back to Collins. Now to Gill here on the right side. Heavily guarded there by Evan Roush. Now he'll swing it to Miller. Back to Collins once more. Looking for the big man, Riley Duncan in the middle. Three-pointer up, off the mark there. Rebounded by Drew Luce. And the Raiders are back running and gunning once again. Luce dishes it to Stanley. Three-pointer up, no good. Duncan with the rebound. Good shot there from Garrett. And you got Heffernan now in the ball game. Again, Caleb Smith as well. Those are the new faces in here, and it's going to be an over and back violation called on the Blackhawks. Third turnover now, as we'll see number 20, Bo Brown, in for Cowan. And for Wapahani, we'll see Safani Buck seeing his first action of the night. Up top to Luce, back over to Stanley. Luce there on the curl and knocks down the shot. 5 points now for the young man, and that will tie things right back up now at 8. So we've got a couple of stops there and another turnover here for Cowan. I think that is 3 consecutive possessions that the Blackhawks have turned the ball over, which is never a good thing, especially coming out of the timeout. You come out there with an 8-3 lead, you turn it over 3 consecutive possessions. That's probably not going to make your coach very happy. Luce now from the corner, off the mark. Safani Buck getting inside there. Might be a small man physically, but tell you what, you can't say enough about the heart and hustle that he brings to the table. Stanley for 3, and that will put the Raiders on top. Stanley now with 6 points now on the night. And again, that was all set up by the offensive rebound by Safani Buck. Duncan now over here to Miller. Driving baseline, Brown back outside, Gill for three, and knocks it down the tray. And a stoppage of the game. Not sure exactly what all that was about, but nevertheless, referee went up, talked there to the player there of Cowan for just a brief moment in time. So again, not all that sure what that was all about, but nevertheless, doesn't necessarily matter. Smith here along the baseline, off the mark there. Cowan pushing up court, quick, fast, in a hurry. Miller swings it on over there and picked off by Drew Luce. A little pick six here possibly, and unable to get the basket to go. But a few more seconds back up on the clock here as we'll have a foul here on number 24, Jacob Thomas. That'll be his first, team's first. And this will be the first free throws of the night here for Wapahani. And this will go to Drew Luce. Again, right around an 80% free throw shooter on the season. And the first one will be in and out, no good. Broadcasting jinx, unfortunately, worked not in our favor this time around. Second one here for Drew will be up, and it will be good. So the Raiders will retake the lead. Now 6 on the night here for Drew Luce. So you got 6 points from him, 6 from Stanley. And that gives us the 12 total so far here for Wapahani. Look at the hands there. Safani Buck with the strip. Roush with a finish underneath. And a foul called. So Evan will head to the line for one more. And again, Safani Buck, sneaky, very sneaky out there. You know, obviously you're not going to, I guess, see him too much, but he's so quick and can really get after it defensively. Obviously, just got the rebound a couple possessions ago. Then you pick up a steal, and unfortunately couldn't come away with a free throw there for Roush. But doing the little things, creating disruption on defense, not allowing your opponent to get comfortable. So Duncan fouled on the play, will head to the line for two, as the foul will be called on number 32, Easton Heffernan, his first, team second. So again, Duncan at the line, shooting two. Wapahani up here 14-11 with 35 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. So the first one up and good for Duncan. 3 points now tonight here for the young man, as we'll see Garrett Stanley reinstalled back into the Raider lineup for Easton Heffernan. Also, we'll have another substitution, but I guess he will be coming in for the shooter. Second one will be up and good. So now number 5, Harrington back in. So the Raiders just kind of hold things out here for the last shot of the quarter. Hopefully we'll set up something good here in this quarter on a high note. It didn't start out the best, but as the first quarter went along here, started to get some things going here for us. Stanley dishes it out to Roush, now to Spence for 3, and no good on the shot. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So Wapahani with a 1-point lead as we head to the second. We'll step aside here for a break. Again, this will be our Jones Auto Body game break after 1. We'll be back after this commercial break.
We know the right way get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath winning 'cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, Wapahani with a 14-13 lead as we enter the second quarter. Again, we appreciate all for joining us here this evening on a Thursday night of Raider basketball here on the WHS Network. Kind of a rarity here for us. You don't really have too many Thursday night games. But again, Wapahani will also be at it on Saturday as they will be traveling to Union to take on the Rockets after a big three-point bucket by number 12, Gill. 9 points now for him as Cowan retakes the lead. But again, just an upcoming game Saturday at Union. And Evan Roush answers back with a three of his own. Now 5 points here for Evan as the Raiders again take back the lead. Some big-time pressure there as we'll have a foul called here on the Raiders. It's going to be on number 3, Trey Spence, his first, team's third. So we'll see Max Netrauer now in here for the Blackhawks. Duncan with the layup for 2. 6 points now for Riley Duncan here of the Blackhawks. Davis in a corner, won't get the friendly bounce to go. Netrauer pushing it up floor. Now swung on over here, number 24, Thomas takes it inside, creates some space and is able to get the layup to go. Not horrible defense there by Trey Spence, but unfortunately just got around him enough and had some open space to be able to put that layup up on the board for 2. Speaking of which, Trey Spence knocking down a tray of his own with a 3-point basket there. His first points tonight will tie things right back up now at 20. Thomas into the corner here to Brown. Shots up, no good. Bounced around a couple times, and Davis will pick up the rebound, his second of the night. Stanley just marches right on down the basket here for 2. So Stanley now with 8 points. Wapahani now with a 2-point advantage. Get another post feed inside. No good on the layup. Davis now pulling the trigger, no good. Again, bounced around a couple times. Luce comes up with the rebound and the putback. Already 5 rebounds on the night here for Drew. So the foul on Duncan will be his first, team second. And again, Drew will be at the line here for 1. And the free throw will be up and good. So the Raiders now 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 9 points here for Drew Luce to go along with 5 rebounds. Netrauer back outside. Miller will find Thomas. And to the corner, Gill with another 3. Off the mark there and corralled the rebound by Evan Roush, his first one of the night. Ooh, thought about it there. Davis back here in the corner. The drive to find Evan Roush once again, and we'll see what the Raiders can bring up right here. Another 3-pointer up, and another splash again from Evan Roush. Roush with a second 3 of the night, and the Raiders have got it going on. 28-20 with 4:50 to play here in the first half. We'll step aside here for a quick commercial break. Again, this will be our Jones Auto Body game break.
J.R. Fane in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality.
Alrighty, so folks, again, following the timeout. Again, that was taken there by Cowan, so we'll put that on the board there. Forgot to do that momentarily. Both teams now have 4 timeouts apiece. Collins down low and getting a hand in there on it. Again, Wapahani defending Duncan pretty good inside. Stanley can't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Now a battle for the basketball. Who wants it? And jump ball possession arrow favors Wapahani. So Garrett got his own rebound, his first rebound of the night. Inbounded to Heffernan, no good. Gets his own rebound again, now back outside. Loose for 3, and it's going to be no good. Shot there by Thomas, will roll on in there for 2. Friendly roll worked pretty nicely there for Jacob Thomas as he collected his 4th point now on the night here for the Blackhawks. Again, still a 6-point lead. Roush again, feeling it from downtown. 3rd 3 of the night, 11 points here for Evan Roush. This is what I'm talking about. You know, you establish some sort of inside game. You know, we've started seeing us, taking the ball in a little bit more here. That opens up the defense as Smith will corral his first rebound of the night. Now, obviously, Davis nor Heffernan is yet to get on the board, but it's just breaking down the defense, getting the ball inside, working it back out, setting each other up for success. Got to have that aggressiveness. Roush there from the free throw line for 2. Again, getting the ball inside. 13 points now for Evan. And a 11-point lead here for Wapahani. Miller now in the corner for 3 as he'll knock that one down. First points of the night now for Tyler Miller. Or excuse me, actually his 6th point of the night. I must have missed one there momentarily. Roush back in the corner again. Man, oh man. Blackhawks got burned again on that shot. Near turnover created there by Garrett Stanley up top to Thomas. He'll take the 3. No good there. Duncan with the rebound and the putback. So he's a force to be reckoning with inside. No question about that. Still, some of the, maybe a little bit of the coordination a little off. But still a force to be reckoning with. So the foul there was on Heffernan, his 2nd. Team's 4th. We'll see Spence back in here as well as Buck. Off the mark there with a free throw. So 10 points, or 8 points rather, here for Riley Duncan on the night. Safani back up top to Roush, now to Trey. Spence will find Roush again. Hey, he's got the magical touch off the mark there with that one. Might have got away with a travel there on Duncan. As Thomas just drives right around Spence. We'll have a reach-in foul before the shot. So Trey will pick up his 2nd, team's 5th. With 1:41 to play here in the first half. Again, the Raiders here with a 9-point lead. Inbounded all the way out here to Thomas. Now back over to Miller on the left side. Davis trying to get up in the air. And now we'll have another reach-in foul. This looks to be on Caleb Smith. And indeed it will be. So Smith will now pick up his first, team 6th. It was pretty good help side defense there. Davis definitely got up in the air, just not high enough to, at least deflect the pass. But you had Smith there on the backside. And now another foul, and the layup was good by Thomas. Again, that's just not moving your feet right there. Got to sit down and defend. Can't do anything about it now. But the foul was on Davis, so Thomas at the line here for one more. And the free throw will be up and good. So Stanley and Lutz back in for Wapahani. Within a minute and a half to go. Spence will drag it back over here now to Stanley. Now back to Trey again. Pulls it out. I think they're trying to set up Davis down low. Buck back out here and then out of loose. As we near that minute mark left to go. Dumps it down low and Davis for two. I've seen that quite a bit. Davis was waiting, gave himself enough space. You don't want to be too crowded in there. And obviously with the zone that Cowan is playing right there, Duncan was right there in the middle, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds there by the Blackhawks. 7 turnovers now. But again, Davis gave himself enough space, a passing lane, and then went right up there strong for two. And that's exactly what you want to see there, and aggressively taking the ball to the hole. Stanley went somewhere with the basketball, took it in. You had a nice finish here from Davis. That's what we want to continue to see here. That's only going to complement everyone else. So the Raiders going to hold more than likely here for the last shot of the quarter. 25 seconds to play. Overall, a very good first half of basketball here for us. Now we've just got to match the intensity and possibly even exceed that here in the second half. Down low, Davis for two, and won't get it to go. And that will be the end of the first half. So the halftime score here, your Wapahani Raiders lead the Cowan Blackhawks 38-30. As we will step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with the halftime report coming up on the WHS Network. Alrighty, folks. I wanted to get back on the air here real quick. They are introducing the 2018-2019 Wapahani bowling team. Obviously, the significance in this, if you haven't all heard, this Wapahani bowling team is going to be heading to the state championship coming up on Saturday. A lot of great young men right here, and obviously they've had a fantastic season so far. But they are setting up for one heck of a good time on coming up on Saturday. Again, I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you, where they will be bowling at. If you're interested, maybe call out here at the high school. See where the state championship bowling tournament will be at. But I know on behalf of myself and Redbeard here, we want to not only congratulate on the accomplishment that they have made so far, but the bigger accomplishment that's ahead of them here. No matter the outcome here, I know we're proud of them, and hopefully the school and the rest of the community is proud of them. But go out there, win you a state championship coming up on Saturday. So the best of luck there to the Wapahani bowling team. Again, coming up this Saturday for the state championship. So, folks, again, we'll step aside here for a brief break. Again, we'll be back here with more on our halftime report live on the WHS Network.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Alrighty, welcome back here, folks. Again, Brandon Morvillius alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here with our Jones Auto Body game break at the half. Again, Wapahani on top here, 38-30. Good first half of basketball here for the Raiders. Did everything that we needed to do, especially from an offensive standpoint. We didn't start out really all that great within the first probably 3 minutes of the game there. Had some great shot selection. No question about that. Just shots weren't falling for us, but eventually, again, what I had mentioned earlier, aggressively take the ball to the basket, see if we can work the ball inside, and then hopefully that might open up some other areas in the Cowan defense. Well, just so happens that's what happened. We started taking the ball to the basket more, forcing the defense to again act as a suction cup, if you will. It really sucked the defense inside and opened everything else up on the outside. They had plenty of open looks then. We started knocking shots down, especially Evan Roush. Has 4 threes here in the first half, 16 points with a team high, which we'll get into points and rebound stuff here in a moment. But I say that so much. We've got to utilize what the defense gives us. So it's just all about reading the defense and going out here and executing when the opportunity presents itself. I think overall we executed very, very well here in the first half. Defensively, overall I think we did a pretty good job again down there as well. They have had a few open three-point looks, but for the most part, I mean, there's been a hand in the face every time. And I think also we've defended well down low with Riley Duncan. He does have 8 first-half points. I think we've done a solid job there defending him. You have help side defense on the back. We've created 7 first-half turnovers. So I think overall we've done our job. Now we've just got to continue that here in the second half. That's been kind of our biggest problem. It hasn't necessarily been whether we've been able to stick into a ball game or not. We've done a good job of staying in games and giving ourselves a chance. It's just been, a few little possessions here and there, especially in the second half, that has hampered us. And then once those, few, 2 or 3 instances happen, then it turns into a greater situation and it doesn't end well for us. So we can't have any kind of second half letdown. We've got to put the metal to the pedal and continue to get after it and play together, because what we've done here so far tonight has worked out very well, and just want to look forward to more of that here in the second half. Overall individual stats, again, as I just mentioned, Evan Roush leading the way here this evening for Wapahani with a team-high 16 points, also 1 rebound. Drew Luce, 9 points, 5 rebounds. Garrett Stanley with 8 points, 2 rebounds. Braxton Davis, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Trey Spence, 3 points. And then also here to clean up things here, you have Safani Buck, as well as Caleb Smith and Easton Heffernan, all with no points but 1 rebound. I know we've had a couple of possessions there. You had Safani that picked up an offensive rebound that led to a 3-point basket, and then also came up with a steal that led to another bucket there from Evan Roush. Also Caleb Smith, he had a nice aggressive rebound down low, also came up with a steal earlier. Heffernan obviously doing what he normally does, getting after it, showing the hustle. So everybody's contributing. That's what you got to have. It's a team game, and you got to play together as a team. Everybody's got to chip in, and we've seen that here in the first half, which has given us this 8-point lead at the half. So again, we appreciate you all for joining us here for this evening's Jones Auto Body game break at the half. Again, we got the third quarter coming up here momentarily, so make sure to stay tuned in with that. Again, as your Wapahani Raiders lead the Cowan Blackhawks 38-30. We'll be back after this commercial break. Folks, here we are getting ready to get things going here with the start of the third quarter live here on the WHS Network. Again, Wapahani coming out of the break here with a 38-30 lead. Again, as I mentioned earlier, they will be back in action on Saturday. Saturday afternoon game, 12 o'clock JV start time. The varsity after that, as they will be traveling to Union to take on the Rockets in another MEC conference matchup there again Saturday afternoon. So if you can make the trip, make sure you head on out. There's Trey Spence. We got the Raiders up and going here in this second half. Great way to start things out here with a layup. 5 points now for Trey. Loose ball there, and again, solid first half of basketball. Now we've just got to continue to remain in tune with things, making sure that we're doing everything we can to maintain stability and confidence in this second half, and hopefully put another full 16 minutes worth of basketball in here. Loose for three, no good there. Spence with the rebound, won't get the putback to go. So Trey with his first rebound tonight. Miller takes it there to the free throw line, got away with the potential carry there. Collins into the corner, back to Miller, now to Thomas for three, wide open, and will knock it down. And right there, just a lapse on defense. Just got to make sure and correct it next time around. Never want to give anybody a free look. I mean, heck, for instance, Redbeard can even go out there and, well, I guess maybe let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. But, I guess the gist of things is more times than not, I don't care who you put out there. If you're going to leave them wide open, at some point in time, they're going to knock down the shot. That's why it's usually appropriate to at least have somebody out there just to get a hand in the face. You don't necessarily have to be right up on them, especially if they're not somebody that's a huge threat from downtown. But nevertheless, a layup there for Braxton Davis. Great outside-inside game as we was able to work the ball down low there to the big fella Davis. 4 points now for him. Outside now to Collins. Here's Miller back up top to Thomas once again. Collins here in the corner working it down low there to Duncan as he will lose the handle on that one for the first turnover here in the second half. Loose, going coast-to-coast action on us here. 11 points now for Drew and a 11-point lead here for Wapahani. Taking it inside and kind of got away with a travel there momentarily. Miller back out to Collins for three. And again, another wide open shot. Davis, no good. And Thomas will be out of bounds. He originally got the rebound, was tippy-toeing there and didn't want to go out of bounds with the basketball. Threw it up in the air, bobbled around, playing hot potato, and then he ended up catching it right again. So I guess it all works out here for Wapahani. Loose thought about it, now dishes it back to Trey. In the corner, Roush again for three. Still finding the hot hand again here in the second half. His fifth three of the night. 19 points here for Evan Roush. Collins looking to dump it low there to Duncan, but nice defensive stand there by Braxton Davis, not allowing that to be an option. So we'll see Caleb Smith back in here for the Raiders. Good minutes here provided by Caleb here on the night, looking for more right here. A deep three there from Miller. Duncan with the rebound and the putback. So Duncan now with 10 points on the evening. Still a 9-point advantage here for the Raiders. Stanley here on the right side finds Spence. Looking to create some space here with a screen from Davis. Nice take. Spence goes right up there into the big man, able to get the layup to go. And again, that's what you want to see. Not shying away from contact, being aggressive, and just executing on what the defense gave him. He found an open lane, read it well, and executed on it. So we'll have a foul called here on Raider number 10, Evan Roush. That'll be his second, team's first. So we'll see number 24, Jacob Thomas, at the charity stripe here for two shots. And the first one will be up and good. Thomas here on the evening now with 11 points. As we'll see number 20, Bo Brown, back in for Cowan. Second free throw attempt will be up and good as well. So another substitution now in here for Wapahani will be Easton Heffernan for Braxton Davis. So very valuable minutes there from Braxton so far here, the saving 4 points, also a couple of rebounds. Spence back over here to Stanley, back to Trey again. Not a guy I would want to leave open because he can knock down a shot or two, you can say. We've seen several games like that so far here in his career out here at Wapahani. Back out here to Smith, looking to drive inside and won't get the floater to go. Thomas will find Gill. Now back up top, Miller for three. Stanley inside there to Smith. Back out. Trey thought about it. Heffernan in the corner. Nearly knocked it down, but no good there. As Cowan again cleans up on the boards. And we're going to have an offensive foul called on Thomas. So that will be his second, team's first of the half. So way to take one there for the team. Evan Rouse swung on over here. Three-pointer up just a bit off the mark there. Gets his own rebound. Great job there by Evan. Way to follow your shot. You know, that's one thing you always hear about. You know, especially if it doesn't look good, follow your shot. It worked out beautifully there for Evan. So he will head to the line for 2 shots. A foul was on number 23, Thomas, his third. Team's second of the half. And the free throw will be up and good there with the first one. 20 points now for Evan. And off the mark there with a second one. Rebounded there by Duncan as the Blackhawks head back the other way. Nice deflection and the hustle from Easton Heffernan. Knocks down one of his own classmates over there in the student section. But, hey, I guess got to do of any means necessary. But, again, you're not trying to hurt anybody. But that's just one thing that Easton can bring to the table. He's going to give it all he's got. Foul here on Roush will be his third, team second of the half. Looked like pretty good defense there overall by Wapahani. Again, Heffernan doing a solid job down low. You have everybody trying to do what they can there on the backside. Stanley with the takeaway, looking to go coast to coast. And no good there. And I guess I did not stop the clock earlier. For heaven's sakes. I know I clicked the button, I don't know. Electronics nowadays, folks. And it's not what it's always, I guess, chalked up to be. You press a button, you expect it to work. Well, it didn't work, so that's, I guess that's my fault, I suppose. I'll take the blame for that one, but nevertheless, Stanley will knock down the first free throw. 9 points here on the night for him. Off the mark there with the second one. And we're going to have a lane violation called on Cowan. And not able to connect on that one either. And now the Blackhawks will throw it out of bounds. Stanley trying to find loose does. Now Buck into the corner. Heffernan for 2. Can't get it to go. Bounced around. Loose with a rebound. Rolls off the rim again. No good. So some great opportunities. Just not falling for us. Safani Buck again active. Everybody getting on the floor. Nice hustle, fellas. And so we're going to have a timeout taken here by Wapahani, so they recovered the basketball. So it'll be another turnover on Cowan. They're fourth here in the second half, 11 for the ball game. And we'll stick right here with you during the timeout. I'd like to thank more of our sponsors here this evening. FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investment properties, we get the job done. Call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. Again, that is FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. Also to the Muncie Dragway, owned by Scott and Dawn Daniels. Muncie Dragway located along State Road 67 west of Albany, Indiana. For more information and upcoming events, visit their website at www.munciedragway.com. So back to basketball here. Wapahani up here by 8. Much of the same here in the third quarter here from the Raiders. Put up 13 third quarter points here so far. Continuing to be very active on both ends of the floor. Down low there to Spence, and that's going to be out of bounds off the Raiders. That was actually the first turnover of the night there for Wapahani. Gill will take the shot, and it's going to be up and no good. So that will be the end of the third quarter. Wapahani leads at 51-43. We'll step aside here for another commercial break, and we'll be back here with more Raider basketball coming up live on the WHS Network.
Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Payne in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality.
Welcome back here, Raider fans. Again, the Jones Auto Body game break here as we enter the fourth quarter of play. Wapahani with an 8-point lead as we enter the fourth, and hopefully we'll put together a last stand here for the Raiders. Again, make sure to not allow Cowan to get any further than 8 points, or get any closer, I guess I should say, than 8 points. Just got to continue to play hard, and hopefully great things will happen here for us. Another rebound there for Trey Spence, his second rebound tonight. Loose from downtown, no good there. Rebounded by Thomas as the Blackhawks will head back the other way. Into the corner is Gill. Heavily guarded there by Trey Spence. Back up top to Thomas. Now swung to Brown. Gill here in the corner looking for Duncan down low, but to no prevail on the defense there from Heffernan. Just got to stand straight up in the air, make him shoot over you, and Duncan gets the 2-point bucket to go. 12 points now for Riley Duncan of the Blackhawks. Finding Heffernan, he'll take the shot, no good there. Thomas swings it over now into the corner to Miller. All the way back up top. Brown creates some space. And off the mark there, Heffernan corrals the rebound, his second of the night. And we're going to have a timeout taken here by the Raiders. This will be their third charge timeout here of the evening, so they will have 2 left. Cowan still with 4 left. And we'll stick right here with you with some more sponsors we'd like to recognize here this evening. University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Greg, along with the rest of his talented dentistry crew, look to solving your unrecognized dental needs with reliable patient experience, outstanding treatment, and that cutting-edge dentistry. University Avenue is located at 800 West University Avenue in Muncie, Indiana, and their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Also to the Liberty Perry Alumni Association, President Richard Morris. The Liberty Perry Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also, again, to purchase engraved bricks for the alumni brick walkway out here at Wapahani. It's just right in front of the school. A really nice setup that they have done about a year and a half or two ago. So if you want an engraved brick for the alumni brick walkway, just simply fill out a form, which will be on the homepage of the alumni website. So again, greatly appreciate those two sponsors. Again, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS, and the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. So as we get back to basketball, Wapahani with a 6-point lead. Still plenty of time to be played here in tonight's game. Stanley just marches right on by his defender for the easy 2. 11 points now on the night here for Garrett. Good to see him getting back after it again here this evening. Created another turnover there was Garrett. Now Roush for 3, no good there. Thomas takes it in, dishes it back out here to Gill. Brown shot about taking another 3 there. And Thomas will not get it to go, and actually the ball hit the old seatbelt up there. Davis back out to Spence, and we're going to reset it back up again. It's really a nice opportunity right there. Again, Stanley took it right inside, and Davis lost the handle on it there. So the second turnover now of the night here for Wapahani. But Stanley really at any point in time can blow right by his man. We've seen that countless times here in this ball game this evening. Obviously has the quickness and the overall IQ to be able to find the open man if the opportunity presented itself. But a 3-point bucket from Bo Brown, his first points of the night, will now narrow the lead down to 5 with a timeout taken here by the Blackhawks, their second charged timeout here of the evening. And again, we'll stick right here with you during the timeout. More sponsors again we'd like to thank here this evening. Tom Cherry Mufflers, located at 321 West 8th Street in Muncie, Indiana. Since 1946, Tom Cherry Mufflers has taken care of your exhaust, brakes, shock, struts, and mufflers. So if you want the underneath of your vehicle to be looked at, make sure to stop on in there at Tom Cherry Mufflers. No appointment needed. They'll hear you coming. Also, to Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership owned by Randy Stoops. They're located at 4055 West Clara Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and premium vehicles, quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, would like to know more information about one, you can contact Stoops at 765-288-1903 and also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're also open Saturday from 8 to 4. So again, a special thanks there to Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. 53-48, Wapahani leads, and the lead just keeps dwindling down just a little bit more here, making it interesting. As Davis tried to corral the rebound and toss it back out. Love the hustle. Unfortunately, didn't get the ball back out in time before he stepped out of bounds. Creating a turnover there, a little deflection. Back out to Roush, now swung on over here to Stanley. Hand off to Trey as we approach the 4.5 minute left to play in regulation. Stanley with a handoff to Luce, shots up and no good. But the foul called, so Drew will head to the line for one more, and that was a very good look. He could have stopped out there near the three-point line, but again, he took the ball, dribbled it inside. It's a higher percentage shot. You gave yourself a good opportunity right there. Just great execution there on behalf of the Raiders and Drew Luce in that situation. So he'll knock down the first one. Again, that foul was called on Thomas, his fourth. Team's fourth. Second free throw by Drew will be up and good as well. Nicely done. Brown now over to Miller. Nice hands there from Roush. Getting the tip in. Just playing smart basketball here and trying to disrupt them offensively as much as possible. Miller there with a fake shot there from the free throw line, no good. And Davis will corral his fourth rebound here of the night. 4 points, 4 rebounds there for the Raiders big man. They got a 7-point lead, nearly 3.5 to play. Stanley again drives right by his defender, out here to lose. Spence creates some space. Davis in the corner, and money from downtown. The big man showing some range. 7 points now on the night here for Braxton. Big shot right there, and a deflected pass out of bounds off of Luce. As we'll see Safani Buck re-enter the Raider lineup with 3:16 to play. Brown down low there to Duncan, back outside. Thomas for three, and knocks it down again. And why, you may ask? Wide open. So the timeout here from Cowan, their third charge timeout of the evening. And again, during this Jones Auto Body game break, again, we'll be back at it tomorrow night as we'll be heading to Sheridan High School, folks. I'm not sure yet if we'll be live. I hope to be, but I'm not 100% sure yet. We haven't got that information. But we'll be traveling with the girls basketball team tomorrow night to Sheridan High School. I believe that we are the second game of the evening, so a late nighter. Again, it's about an hour-and-a-half drive from here on the north side of Indianapolis. So again, why in the world? We're all the way up here, and we got to play all the way down there. But that's the way things were made, and that's what we got to go with. But nevertheless, we'll be down there tomorrow night with your Wapahani Lady Raiders as they will be taking on Monroe Central in the semifinal round of the sectional 40 girls basketball tournament. So make sure stay tuned in with that. Again, we'll have more information coming up tomorrow night, whether or not if we will be live. Off the mark there for Davis, rebounded by Duncan, and here come the Blackhawks. Again, down here by 7, and a foul called, and it's going to be 3 shots here for Gill. So the foul on Braxton Davis, his second, team's third. So Gill will head to the free throw line for 3. I'll tell you what, that sure is an unfortunate foul there for the Raiders. Goodness sake. Second went up and good as well, and Roush will come back in here for Buck. And the third one, up and good. So Gill knocks all 3 of them down. 12 points on the night here for him. And down to a 4-point lead here for the Raiders. Stanley can't get the runner to go. Miller all the way down court now to Brown. Finds Duncan down low, and the basket will be up, and it will be good. So he will head to the line for one more. And the foul's going to be on number 15, Garrett Stanley, his first. Team's fourth. And now a timeout will be taken here by the Raiders. And we'll be taking a timeout here with them. Again, 58-56, Wapahani leads here with 2:10 to play. We'll be back after this.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, folks, again, back out of the timeout here with 2:10 left to play in regulation. A 58-56 ball game. We will have Riley Duncan at the line here for one more. A part of the three-point opportunity there. He made the layup just a moment ago. The foul was called there on Garrett Stanley, which then, like I mentioned, Duncan will then be sent to the line for one more shot. And the free throw will be up and well off the mark there. Rebounded there by Davis. So here we go. Again, no need to be in any kind of hurry. Just set something up here. Make sure it's a good shot and take care of the basketball. Other than that, you have a 2-point lead here. Let's just be smart. And now a foul call looks to be on number 20, Bo Brown, his first. Team's fifth. And now we'll see Collins now in here for the first little minute 48 left to go, or minute 46, pardon me. Spence down low, Davis up for two. He looked to have been fouled. No call made. Up top here to Gill. Minute 20 to go. Down low there, and it ends up in a turnover. Duncan fell down on the play. So a big turnover there for Cowan. And a foul called here on Collins now. Will be his second, team sixth. So we'll see Caleb Smith back in here for the Raiders. He'll return here for Braxton Davis. Now to Trey. 53 seconds to go. Takes it inside, shots up, and it's good. Trey Spence with a big bucket right there to put the Raiders up by 4. Brown will take the 3. No good there. And the big man went down there for a moment, but the reason because of that, I assume, is the foul here on Caleb Smith, his second, team's fifth. Also back in, we'll see Jacob Thomas here for Cowan. Again, Braxton Davis now in for Wapahani with 34 seconds to go. Three-pointer by Gill, no good there. Roush with the rebound. His fourth of the night. And a foul here on number 10, Miller. Be his first, team's seventh. So the Raiders in the bonus here, and Garrett will knock down the first one. 12 points now tonight here for Garrett. And knocks down the second as well. Nicely done there by Stanley. Duncan now to Gill. Three-pointer up, and you've got to be kidding me. A foul was called. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. That's unfortunate there for Stanley. So Gill will head to the line for 3 shots. Stanley picks up his second, team sixth. Second one up and good as well. 14 points now for Gill. And we'll have a timeout taken here by Cowan. So we'll take a timeout here with them. 62-58. We have 18 seconds left. Pardon me. 18 seconds left here in the regulation. It's going to be interesting here, folks. We'll be back after this. Out of the timeout here, folks. Brandon Warvelius again alongside with me as cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. As we will have the Clan Gill at the line here for one more free throw. He knocked down the first two. Again, now a 4-point ball game. The third and final free throw will be up and good. Inbounded there to Stanley, and a reach-in foul called. And a foul will be on number 1, Max Netrauer. That will be his second. Team's eighth. So Stanley, again, will head back to the line. The ever so important free throws here. But of course, obviously, you got to knock down the first one here to begin with. Very big free throw here. Stanley will be up and good with the first one. Second free throw attempt will be up, and it will be good. 15 points now for Garrett Stanley. So we'll have Heffernan back in. Pushing up the floor here quickly. Gill will take a deep three off the mark there. Stanley with the rebound. His third rebound of the night, and another foul called. This will be on number 20, Bo Brown, his second, team's ninth. So back to the line here for Garrett Stanley. And the free throw will be in and out, no good. Thomas will take the three, no good, and that's going to be the end of tonight's ball game. So the final score here this evening, 64-59. Raiders prevail as they now improve to 10-5 on the year. Also 4-1 in the MEC Conference. Cowan, however, falls to 2-12 and 1-5 in conference play. So the best of luck there to Cowan throughout the rest of their season. As we'll step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with our Raiders Live post-game report right after this break.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Raiders Live, the post-game report here on the WHS Network. Again, your Wapahani Raiders get the job done here this evening with a final score victory of 64-59 here over the Cowan Blackhawks. Again, a hard-fought ball game here on both sides. Got very interesting there, especially late in the game, in which Cowan potentially could have taken the lead. But again, fortunately here for the Wapahani Lady, or not the Wapahani Lady Raiders, the Wapahani Raiders, it was able to withstand a little comeback there by the Blackhawks here this evening, and managed to get the job done. Had some key free throws made late there by Garrett Stanley which, again, were so important. You don't knock down those free throws. That's really the difference in the ball game. You end up winning by 5 points. He made 5 free throws here this evening. Now, yes, everybody else did their part as well, but again, down the stretch, you needed some key free throws made. Garrett did that here tonight, which was a big uplift here for Wapahani. So now, you look at things. I wouldn't necessarily say, we had a letdown here in the second half, but probably still could have done maybe slightly better. Allowed some 3-point baskets. Again, we're not still really guarding the perimeter all that well, I don't think. Here in the second half really kind of proved that at times. It wasn't like that all the time, but I just think, sometimes we're leaving guys still a little too wide open. And that's a problem. You can't, especially when you go up against good teams like we've seen last week in the likes of Delta. If you leave them open, they're going to hit shots. And you can't afford that to happen. So I still think we probably need to still clamp down on the defensive end a little bit more. And overall, I still like the way we played. I thought we played a solid game offensively. We had it going for us. We've seen Braxton Davis really get involved there, especially in the second half. He had 2 points at the half, ended up finishing up with 7 points and 5 rebounds. So that was big time inside. Heffernan, he didn't collect any points, but had a couple of key rebounds, hustle points. Doing what he does best. You had Safani Buck, Caleb Smith also getting some big, very big defensive plays, creating a few turnovers. Also a couple of rebounds there as well. So you had some guys that, whether they was in the starting lineup or came off the bench, really came out here and really put a big foot forward here this evening. And so now you just look towards getting better every single game, every single practice. And where we're just getting back to, our comfortability, just going back to the basics of things, and we've had some really bad losses here the last 3 games, but it's nice to get back in the win column and get back to our winning ways and having positivity going through your head a little bit. And again, this game's probably a little bit closer than what it should have been. And again, that's no discredit towards Cowan, because I tell you what, these guys really hung in there. They made some big-time shots, but, in large part due to, some defensive lapses on our own behalf. So, you correct some of those and everything's, peachy, lovely, everything. And, you look at the overall line score here, consistency and balance throughout the lineup here. You had Evan Rouse leading the way here with 20 points, 5 rebounds. Then you have Garrett Stanley, 15 points, 3 rebounds. Drew Luce, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Trey Spence, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Braxton Davis, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Followed by Easton Heffernan, no points, 2 rebounds. And then Caleb Smith and Safani Buck, both with no points and 1 rebound each. So again, when you have that consistency and that balance offensively, that is extremely important for the success of this basketball team. Now, if we can just continue to put it together and bring the intensity on the defensive end just a little bit more, we're heading, we'll be heading in the right direction. But we started to see our shots fall tonight, and that's a good sign of things, and hopefully more of that to come throughout the entirety of the season here. You take a look. Also, we only had 2 turnovers. That's also key. We end up going out here and forcing 14 turnovers here tonight. So we did our job there. We created other opportunities for ourselves, and then we took care of the ball. We was 10 of 15, 67% from the free throw line, which, it's not great, but not bad either, I guess, per se. But it's a good win. Nonetheless, it's a very good win. Good to get back out here, play a day of basketball, and to win on your home floor, defend your home court, and that's exactly what Wapahani did tonight. Now you got to look, though, towards Saturday when they will be taking on the Union Rockets. Now, we will not be there broadcasting that game. But however, I'm going to try to get out there and do stats for that game, at least. With some of the different seating arrangements and stuff there, it's really hard to broadcast at Union. So we decided not to go ahead and broadcast that game. But again, we'll try to get out there, do stats for that coming up on Saturday morning, afternoon. It's a JV start time of 12 o'clock. Then a varsity game to follow after that at Union High School. And again, our next overall broadcast will be tomorrow night. So again, make sure stay tuned in with that one. We'll give more information on our Facebook and Twitter pages. So make sure, if you haven't followed us or liked our pages, make sure to do so by just going to WHS Network on Facebook and on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, like our Facebook page. And we'll have information tomorrow night on whether or not if we will be live. I hope to be, but I'm not sure the arrangement there at Sheridan High School. But a big game tomorrow night. We get to see the Monroe Central Lady Golden Bears, which we just seen them a few weeks ago. Didn't end too well for us, but we're hoping for a different outcome come tomorrow night. And we're out here ready to get things going. So make sure, if you can't make the trip tomorrow night, again, we'll hope to be live to where you can still at least watch it. So make sure stay tuned in with that, the semifinal round of the 2019 Section 40 Girls Basketball Tournament. Again, a special thanks to all of our sponsors here this evening: Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, the Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, Tom Cherry Mufflers, the Barn Lot, also Liberty Prairie Alumni Association, and also a big thanks to our good friends out there at Harris Chapel Church and Pastor Jim Ballinger and his wife Janie. Such special people to us and to everyone else. Love them dearly and greatly appreciate them for everything that they do in the community and also here for us as well. So greatly appreciate them. So, folks, again, your Wapahani Raiders improved to 10-5 and 4-1 in the MEC Conference as they now look towards Saturday at Union with this big win here tonight over Cowan. So then, folks, again, until tomorrow night, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Thanking all of you for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow night right back here live on the WHS Network. Have a great night, everybody.